Formaji YouTube video k lia oper jo tum ny story lik kdhs k oper tai men strong hook lik k do. Hook jandar. Suspenseful our curiosity si barpor hona chaye k mary vauer engage ho jn our video ko ntk deck and the crowded street smelled of hot asphalt and rain. I walked slowly, my bag pressing against my shoulder. The chatter of people felt distant, like it was underwater. A sudden bump made me stumble. I looked up and froze. A stranger stood too close, their eyes wide with shock. I felt my heartbeat pounding in my ears. The air smelled faintly of perfume and something metallic. My hand brushed against theirs, unintentionally. Heat rushed through me. I wanted to step back but my foot caught on the curb. The stranger's grip tightened for a moment, almost protective. Something about their expression made my stomach twist. I noticed a small scar on their wrist, half hidden under a sleeve. The crowd moved around us, but for a moment, it felt like we were trapped in a bubble of silence. Then they leaned closer, and I felt the world tilt. Their breath was warm, and the scent of smoke lingered. My mind raced, trying to figure out what to say, what to do. A sudden jolt from behind made both of us stagger. When I turned, my bag had slipped to the ground. The stranger's eyes darkened with something I could not read. I bent down to grab my bag, and the streetlight flickered, casting shadows across their face. For a heartbeat, their smile was not friendly. It was sharp, strange, unsettling. The hum of the street became louder, almost menacing. I froze again, sensing that this accidental encounter had turned into something far more dangerous than a simple bump. I felt a cold sweat creep down my spine. Their eyes did not blink. The shadows under the streetlight stretched unnaturally across the pavement. I straightened, clutching my bag tightly. The stranger tilted their head slightly, as if studying me, weighing me. I could hear the faint scuff of shoes against wet asphalt behind me. The street, once full of casual chatter, now seemed empty, oppressive. The neon sign from a nearby shop flickered, throwing a strobe of red and blue across the stranger's face. I tried to take a step back, but the curb was slick with rain. My foot slipped, and I stumbled again, heart hammering. The stranger reached out, lightly, almost teasing, and touched the strap of my bag. I jerked it away, feeling my stomach tighten. Their hand hovered for a moment, as if daring me to move. The smell of smoke grew stronger, acrid and sharp in my nose. I noticed their fingers were trembling, barely, but enough to make me uneasy. I wanted to speak, to apologize, to explain, but my voice caught in my throat. The world felt distorted, like I was underwater, or caught in a dream that was turning into a nightmare. I could hear my own breathing, loud and uneven. The stranger's smile was gone now. Their eyes glimmered under the streetlight, sharp, calculating. Then I saw it. A small, dark object in their hand. It was metallic, cold. Something about it made my stomach drop. My mind raced, trying to understand if this was a coincidence, a misunderstanding, or something far more sinister. The street behind me had emptied completely. The distant chatter of cars sounded muffled and far away. I could feel my legs trembling, but I forced myself to step backward. The stranger took one step forward, and then another. Each step echoed against the wet pavement like a warning. The neon light flickered again, and I caught a flash of their expression. It was almost delighted. A shiver ran through me. I wanted to run, but my feet felt heavy, glued to the ground. They spoke, their voice low, calm, almost hypnotic. Do you know how easily things can change? I shook my head, unable to speak. The stranger's eyes scanned me, sharp, almost piercing. I could see every detail, the small scar on their wrist, the line of tension in their jaw, the way their lips curled slightly. It was unnerving, the way they seemed to study me like an experiment. Then, without warning, they lunged. Not violently, but in a way that knocked my balance completely. I stumbled back, my bag falling to the ground. My hand reached for it, but their shadow was on top of it before I could. They crouched slightly, their eyes locked on mine, and whispered, "Accidents happen." The streetlight flickered one last time, plunging the world into near darkness. I could hear my own heartbeat, deafening in my ears. I tried to think, to plan, to escape, but every option seemed to vanish. The stranger leaned closer, their breath brushing my cheek. The scent of smoke, perfume, and something metallic mixed in the air, making me gag slightly. I wanted to move, to scream, to run, but the sound caught somewhere in my throat. Then, a sudden noise behind me, a loud crash. I whipped around, desperate for help, but the alley beside the street was empty. The stranger's grip on my bag tightened, almost playful, almost threatening. A part of me froze in fear, another part screamed to fight back.